Alright, so we left off going around town looking for a hotel. The first place that we went told us that it would be 1,400?
I don't remember.
1,400
Kroners.
Taiwanese kroners, and that's about
Too much.
30 US dollars, and that's more than we really wanted to pay. So we went around town and we ended up walking into these two people, and they told us that that place also had dorms, which for both of us to stay would only be 900, which was a lot cheaper, so we decided to go with that. And we stayed the night there, had lunch, had dinner at 7-Eleven.
Everything was closed.
Everything was closed because we got here kind of late, but that's okay. Dinner was okay. We went to bed. It was really exciting. Right now we're doing laundry. Things are getting more exciting.
And we're going into Taroko?
Taroko.
Taroko National Park.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be really gorgeous. We don't really know exactly what's there, and what we've heard was there, other people didn't talk about it. So we're hoping that cool things are there. We'll update you on that. I don't want to get your hopes up with information, so just gonna put that out there. We're going somewhere.
It's supposed to be the most popular park in the country.
You're getting their hopes up.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be amazing. Yeah. And Katie on the motorbike yesterday on her legs.
Yeah.
She
Ouch.
got really burnt.
Really, really burnt. It's not good.
And this is also a pretty cool view of what we've got outside of our hotel. We're up on the roof by the washing machine. The washing machine has got this incredible view of this river and this big, beautiful mountain. And if you look way down over there, if you can see that bridge, on the other side of that bridge is the ocean. So that's pretty. I wish I was the washing machine. We just have a little hole. Does our room even have a window?
It has a window, but it looks at a wall.
Beautiful.
Yeah, big view. Wish I was the washing machine. It was finished! Perfect timing! I'm hungry. So outside of Taroko National Park is just like a city, and there is absolutely nothing going on here. A town, a shanty, I don't really know. There's nothing going on here. There's like 2 restaurants. They both closed before 8 o'clock last night, and we're starving for breakfast now, and I think we're just gonna end up back at 7-Eleven again. And that'll be 3 straight meals of convenience store food, and I think I'm gonna die. After a thorough examination of the 7-Eleven food in Taiwan, we're not impressed. I'm really sad that this is my 3rd meal of convenience store food. I want real food. In Japan, I don't even think I'd care. I go 3 days in a row having
It would get boring. It's more about, for me, it's more that we're in Taiwan and we're eating 7-Eleven instead of finding something like that we can't get anywhere else, you know?
Yeah.
To me, that's the part that's a bummer.
We rode up and down Shanty Road. There's nothing here.
This is a dead town.
This is what we get. Curry rice, that's okay. The meat is rather meh. Eric's got
This was like a cold noodle salad, and it had cucumbers and carrots on it, and it has 2 types of sauce you put in. One of them is kind of like a soyish sauce, not exactly the same, but something like that. And the other one is a peanut sauce that just basically tastes like that, like dirty peanut butter. So that was fun. And
it's all edible. It all doesn't feel like it's gonna kill you. I got the golden oats.
Golden oats tea. A pony would be thrilled to drink this because it's just like.
It doesn't taste like tea. It tastes like oats. It tastes like the water that you get from oatmeal. That's what it tastes like. And it's a little sweet, but really not as much as I would normally go for.
And I got some sort of. I thought it was a lemon because it was orange, but I think it's pear.
Well, let's give it a try. Have you already tasted it?
I did, but I didn't think about it when I tasted it.
But I didn't think about it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Definitely pear.
It smells good. Yeah, that's good.
and I have been addicted to cherry yogurt. It's pretty good. We don't have cherry yogurt in Japan as far as I can tell.
I haven't looked.
Yeah.
That's convenience store food. Alright, so we're at Taroko, and I don't know if they pronounce it differently in Mandarin, but that's how you pronounce it in Japanese. National Park. And we've gone to the Tourist Information Center and gotten this really great map. We're actually really surprised at how good this map is. This place is one of the most popular tourist attractions here in Taiwan, so we've heard. We've seen some amazing scenery outside of the visitor center, so I'm assuming it's only going to get better the further we go in. So with this amazing map, they list down everything that you could want to go do, how much time it's going to take, and these are our scribblings. Red means we're not going, blue means we are going, and orange means that we might go if we have time. So, got lots of plans. And then on the other side, a wonderfully laid out map, and we scribbled all over it.
So we just transposed our colors, like the blue and whatnot. So we're down here, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the scooter, and we're gonna take Juice Box, and we're gonna ride this way and hit all the blue ones on the way in, all the way back here. And then on the way out, we'll hit the orange ones, which were the maybes, on the way out, and then see what we have time for as we come back out. And all the red ones, we'll ignore.
Just give them a wave as we go by. Suckers!
Honestly, a reason most of the red ones got axed just because it was like a 3-hour hike, and we're only gonna be here for a day. We don't have 3 hours for one hike. So
yeah,
we're gonna hit the shorter ones, and hopefully we get some amazing stuff out of it.
let's go. Alright, I'm going to do a terrible job of pronouncing this, but we're at Changchun Shrine Trail. And one thing that I already think is really cool about this, is that on the rock, you can see the trail goes through here. So they basically carved the trail into the rock. So we're going to go walk over there, and then we're going to go over to this awesome little waterfall.
So we're now walking along that wall, and as you can see, they've like literally carved into caves, carved the caves into the walls and stuff. And you just walk through this like kind of dank, doesn't smell bad though, but kind of dank little cave system. It's really actually quite nice. It's really well made. In the States though, I feel like they would build like plastic stuff like around all the walls so people wouldn't bump their heads or something. But for the most part, like safety rails and a nice walkway and everything, it's like super nice. They've even got lighting like inside of the tunnels that are a little bit longer. So this is done up.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Doesn't feel like we're in Laos at the communist caves.
Okay, so we've made it to the other side. There is like some stuff. And there's some more stuff, and here's Katie doing some stuff. And way over there is where we started, and by that yellow bus, that's where Juice Box be waiting. So we just passed that little like red temple thing, and now we're gonna go up into this. And now it's getting like some Indiana Jones style stuff, because he was really like into handrails. It's a narrow road with some steep stairs, and I'm stuck behind the Slowbot. Guys, we're gonna get some Slowbot footage. Here it comes.
You gotta take it easy.
It's okay, you can take it easy.
There's like that many more steps.
There are a lot more steps.
Times 4,000 probably. Around that turn.
Let me run this by you guys. I have a question. So if you are, how do I say this? If let's say you go to Hawaii, like one island, the big island of Hawaii, okay? You go there, you leave, and you say, yesterday I was blah, Hawaii. In or on? What do you say? Because like you were on the island, right? But were you in the island? If you went spelunking, you were in the island.
No, you were in the ocean.
But no, if you say I was in Hawaii, you're saying I was in the state. But you're talking about like the island name. So are we in Taiwan or are we on Taiwan, or is it both? Like it's in like a political thing, and then on is like, she's like looking at me like, what are you doing? What do you think?
I'll tell you what I think. You are in the borders of a place. You're in Hawaii, you're in Taiwan, but you are on the object of an island. That's what I think. And this is Eric turning his head. Maybe if I keep this same. Ow.
So this sign is like, beware of the rockfall, which, you know, that's a respectable thing to worry about. But like, this is where the rockfall would come from. This is where I am, and that is down. So if the rockfall is the thing that's gonna be a thing, like, I can't very well get out of the way. If the rocks are coming, they're coming, and I'm gonna try to be aware of them, but it's gonna be really, they gotta be aware of me, because I don't have a lot of choices.
Are they telling us about the inevitability of gravity here? These fallen rocks, there's no stopping them, no stopping.
Those rocks, they just fall. They don't take breaks.
Just walk, dude. Just straight up, just walk.
I can't straight up walk.
It's fine. Limbo. That wasn't scary at all. What about the next one?
The next one? I think I'm gonna fit under the next one. You almost lost your face though.
I almost lost my
This almost killed her. Yeah, this is plenty of room.
Huh.
If anybody's curious, I'm 6'7" or about 2 meters tall. So there's butterflies everywhere here. Like, they're all over the place. I mean, I read in a book somewhere that there's like more butterflies here than anywhere else on Earth or something. But yeah, it's cool because they're really, really happening. And look at them, they're having a party. I don't know if they're fighting, fucking, or partying, but something fun is going on. You think they're fucking? Oh yeah, they are.
They're fucking.
They're making more butterflies.
The white one, I bet the white one's the girl and the yellow ones are boys.
Do butterflies have boys and girls?
I think so.
Don't they come out of like, they come from caterpillars?
They lay eggs.
Shit makes no sense.
So, oh, I think I almost got fucked.
Check this thing out. So this is up that trail, and we're gonna go inside of it. Katie, come with.
Oh, we're going in.
Yeah, I don't want you to read anything on that sign because I think you're gonna be happy about something. Up inside of that tower, and you spin around, and that is part of the scenery along with that.
I'm loving this even more than that.
And the rocks. It's really, really awesome. And inside of this tower is a giant bell.
Should I do it?
Yeah, you should do it, definitely.
That was really fun.
Come across a really long suspension bridge. Katie kind of likes suspension bridges, I think.
Katie doesn't like when you jump on suspension bridges. She really doesn't
all
like
good.
when you do it. Oh.
We're at the edge. Wait till we get to the middle and I bounce. That's going to be hectic.
He's gonna do it.
It's a bit wavy, like the bridge is moving quite a bit, and it's a bit windy. And honestly, I'm not afraid of heights, but I'm a little weak in the knees walking on this bridge. It's kind of hardcore. So I'm sure that she isn't going to have a good time. I promise I'm not going to hop. It's too shaky. Yeah. And I mean, you can see through the bridge a little bit.
Like, I'm not super. Oh my god.
Was that a case?
You walking is terrible. It's just like you hopping times a million.
You're not supposed to look down.
But I want to.
Yeah.
Whoa. Look at the color of that pool.
Oh yeah, the blue is cool. And the little road running underneath here. So you saw how long that bridge was? Like, this is at the edge. Look how much it wobbles back and forth. That gives you an idea of the wobblage.
This side.
The idea
side
of
when you do the test.
gives you the idea of the wobblage of the bridge when you're in the middle.
Here.
This isn't scary anymore. And then depending on if you begin or end, this is either the beginning or the end of the trail here. And it is a big temple of some sort that looks like maybe it's a hotel too. I don't know what's going on here. But we're gonna go find a juice box. So we're back down below the suspension bridge now. So yeah, that's what we were up there bouncing on a minute ago. Real talk, if a bus comes, like, this is gonna be kind of dangerous because this is just about barely wide enough for a bus and no people. It says no walking, so we decided to jog. We're all good now.
This temple that we saw before we came in, this shrine, is called the Eternal Spirit Shrine. And it was dedicated to 225 guys who died during something.
Building the road, I think.
Building the road.
I think so, building the road out here.
Man, building roads is really dangerous. So we started going down the road and now we've run into a whole lot of cars. We don't have any idea why they're all parked here and why they're not going. And I assume we're gonna find out at the end of this if we don't get hit by a bus.
That's why the road is low.
Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, so we went to the front of the line and as you found out, the road is closed. It is open for 10 minutes every hour on the hour. So right now it's 11:33 and they're gonna open it back up at 12 for 10 minutes. So we're gonna go wander around for like 15 minutes and come back and we saw a really cool bridge on the way here, so we're gonna go see. And this is the bridge. It's a good place to pass the time.
I'm ready to go back. It's been 1 minute.
It's now 12:42 and we've decided...
11:42.
Oh crap. Gained an hour. Booyah. And we've just decided to wait. There's nothing else to look at. We've looked at everything up until now.
I got a bag of Doritos.
He's happy.
Yeah.
And that's what we waited for.
We are at a eatery inside of a national park, so the food is kind of expensive, and I bet it's not going to be like the best in the world, you know? You just don't expect it to be. But what have you got?
One of the items on the menu was stinky tofu.
Which people have recommended to us.
Yeah,
but
lots of people
this is the
have.
first time we've seen it in English, so this is the first time we've got it.
Now I've already smelled it.
Is it
And
stinky?
if I were to describe what it smells like, it would smell like a wad of toilet paper that has been sitting in a squatter bathroom for a really long time.
It sounds good. So this is what it looks like. And this is...
It really does smell like that.
Come on.
I'm working on it, I'm working on it. I don't know if they told us to get it because it smells big, because it's like, oh, you're gonna fucking hate it, or if they gave it to us because in the end it tastes good.
I don't like tofu even when it's like not smelling like a toilet.
And my chopsticking skills are not going well right now. It tastes like that toilet paper. Whoa.
You gonna finish that up?
Probably not. Nope.
And this is a plate of General Tso's chicken. And that's the first time I've seen that on a menu in a long time, so I don't know if they have it in Japan and they call it something different, but as you can see, there's bones in this, and that's not something they normally do in the States. They usually debone it for you, so this is gonna be a funky adventure, but not nearly as funky as what's happening over there in Squatto Town.
Let's drive through it.
So inside of that tunnel that we just shot from outside, that we said we were gonna drive through, is the entrance to the, like, one of the more popular walking paths or whatever. And it is that thing right there, that hole, that's the entrance to the tunnel. I did not expect that. So the sign here that says, you know, tips on hiking, blah, 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 wear a safety helmet, don't have that. Prepare a flashlight, don't have that. Beware of rocks, we've discussed this in the past. And wasps and venomous snakes. This is an adventure right here. So the flashlight, I think, is a purpose needed because of that. Shall we? No flashlight.
Got a flashlight.
Oh, you've got your bot?
Yeah.
Oh, your bot has a flashlight.
Yeah, that's flashlight. It's really slow.
Here we go.
And it's not very good.
I think it got darker. So as we hike out of that cave, there is a like river system running along the side. There's been a river system running along the entire side of this entire national park, which is basically based around all these gorges. And this is another tunnel that we just came through, and that's another tunnel we're about to go through. And Katie is trying to show us
A tiny waterfall.
there's a tiny waterfall way down in there. How do those tunnels make you feel?
The tunnels are really strange because when you get to like a certain point, if you look just directly at the light at the end of the tunnel, the walls become really, really black and you can't see where they are. You don't understand how wide the area is.
Or tall.
So, yeah, or tall. And it just feels like everything's expanding and it's a really weird situation and a really weird feeling. That's how it feels.
Does a hand help?
A hand does help. Scaring doesn't help.
So about 2 kilometers in, the trail turns into a pretty raging river that is no longer like a beautiful blue color, but a kind of grungy looking brown gray color. And then on this side, we've got a big suspension bridge. And there's like a observatory platform here and a waterfall coming down here and over here. And maybe we'll go over that observatory and see what we can see. So this one actually has a sign that says dark tunnel. Ready?
Okay.
So it is like turbo dark inside this tunnel. Like there's nothing going on in here. There are no lights. What is that?
A person?
Anyway, yeah, so there is just nothing to see in here. So we're glad Katie has her little bot, otherwise it would be a little scary.
Yeah, we got in here and other people had their lights. But I couldn't get mine to turn on and then they left and it was a little scary.
So this is our destination. Sounds like a pretty cool thing to see. Let's see it. So there's this cave here, and it's like blocked off, and there's a sign that I think says you're not supposed to go in there, but everybody's going in there anyways. And everybody has ponchos, and we think we can just grab a poncho from this poncho pile up here, and we can just go in, but I'm not really sure what's going on. And yeah, I don't know what's on the other side, but I assume it's a curtain of water. What do you think?
Yeah, I got no idea. I just feel like it's gonna break cameras and stuff.
So we have been gifted some ponchos and a light from a man who said he'd wait a few minutes for us. And we're in the freezing cold water, and we've downgraded to the waterproof camera, so I apologize if the image quality sucks, but hey, it is. And Katie's got no shoes. What's that?
Yep, Katie's got no shoes.
Katie's got no shoes, and we're going into a dark tunnel. There are people in the tunnel holding up bottles to collect water that are dripping down into the bottles. And it's a really narrow little path, and I'm getting pretty dang wet. But I'm glad I have my poncho. And this is a big waterfall inside of it. Awesome looking. I really hope this is coming out. The water is just like coming through the cracks. It's like leaking through the cracks of the cave. What?
I gotta pee.
I think the waterproofing on the camera is giving up the ghost. It's kind of like foggy on the lens. Let's see if it wipes off. No. That's okay.
You ready to go again?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really cool in there. Yeah, good idea. So what's cool about it, at the bottom, there is a river coming out, but up here there's no water. So all the water that's coming through the river is coming from the ceiling of this thing. Like it's leaking through there and creating a stream. That's pretty cool. Let's go.
So we're heading back out of the park now, and the traffic area, like the traffic jam area that we were in before where there was construction, this is on the other side. People trying to leave over. It's insane. And I am so happy we're on a scooter. And we just get to go to the park. Oh, it's so good. the other side of the construction gets to go first. And they're coming up to an end here, only a few more cars left. And what I want to show you guys is everyone is going to start going at one time, so it's going to be pretty fun. All these guys are lined up. Lots of people back there too. Even outside of the park, the scenery is just incredible. We are currently trying to figure out how to get past this bush and go to the ocean. The ocean is on the other side of the bush, but we can't really figure out how to do that, so Eric's getting his GPS out and we're gonna figure out how to get over there. And we're hoping that the dogs that we passed aren't coming our way. Only 2 minutes later and we're here. What do you live for? Fun stuff. Fun stuff.
Here we are, there's the ocean, and somewhere out there is what? America? And if you spin around, it's pretty nice. Like, it's kind of dramatic how the landscape just drops into the ocean, basically. I mean, I know there's places where it's more dramatic, but it's still kind of neat, right? It's pretty. And the ground is pebbles. So it's all just like rocks like this, pretty smooth pebbles. And then if you go back a little ways, then it is sand.
It's black and white sand. It's not like some pieces are black, some pieces are white, and it kind of makes everything look really gray. I've never seen it before.
There's nobody out here. We are alone. But this would not be a good beach for swimming. You would get killed. Yeah, every time the current comes up, it throws a bunch of pebbles up. So yeah, it would just clobber you to death. It's pretty cool. Kind of hurts. The temperature is a little bit cold, but it's pretty nice. But watch when it pulls all the rocks moving back. It's just cool looking. We are in like a culinary disaster of a town. We just drove around for like an hour and a half trying to find a restaurant, like anything that would like serve us food.
And we found 3 things. Number 1, there was kind of a night market that was setting up, but it was pretty obvious that they weren't going to be serving food for a while. Number 2, we found 2 restaurants that are serving only large groups, 3 to 4 people. So we can't get a meal for less than $40.
Like 3 to 4 people minimum.
Yeah. So you'd have to go in there and pay $40 to get a meal, which we're not trying to pay that much or eat that much. We're only 2 people. The 3rd thing we found were scary things that we couldn't tell were restaurants. So we're back at a Family Mart. We've decided 7-Eleven's not going to work tonight. We've had enough 7-Eleven. So today we're doing Family Mart.
So we did eat something not convenience store for lunch, but like there is literally nothing. There's this place next to our hotel that for the last 2 nights has been serving food. I guess last night they were serving food. We saw them serving food. And then we went there today and they're closed because it's Wednesday or something. Yeah. And then there's another place that we tried to go into last night and they were pretty rude with us, kind of. Like just, it was obvious that we weren't really something they were interested in dealing with. So we didn't go back there. And yeah, it's a little bit of a disappointment that we're back here again, but it is what it is. I have a beef and shit dish, so beef and stuff. And I have a little fruit cup, and I have a banana milk. And Katie has got an onigiri.
Tuna onigiri, mashed potatoes, and cheese.
Oh, that's interesting looking.
Looks okay.
Looks like an explosion of Thanksgiving.
Smells good.
Yeah.
Some sort of lemon tea, which I'm gonna try now.
And for dessert, she got Russian bread. Is that good?
It's really really good. Because all these boys were taking this out of Family Mart yesterday. And that's what I was looking for the other day to try and find it.
Oh yeah, this is spot on.
Good.
Yeah, it's really lemony and really sweet. Awesome.
At least one good thing came of this.
Check out this key. It is like, it looks like a key, but then when you look at it, it's like a screwdriver. Like it has 4 like walls on it instead of 1 or 2. And when you go to put it in the door, which is just like a cross pattern thing, like a
X,
like it only fits one way. Like if I turn this like 1/4, it doesn't fit. Like, and none of these ways will fit except for the first way that I tried. And that's kind of annoying, like when you're trying to fumble in and get in here, because there's not really, as far as I can tell, any indication to tell you which way to start putting the key in. She's gonna try to look. See, I told you. There you go.
It at least has to be vertical.
Yeah, unless it's locked, then maybe this is turned a different way, and then you have to put it in a different direction.
All right, usability, we give it a 0. But really cool key ability, I give it a 10. This is awesome. Alright, so I'm going to talk about this somewhat quietly because there are people in our hostel that we're staying at right now that it's about them, and I don't want them to feel bad. I don't know if they did anything wrong, but they made an awkward situation happen. So I wanted to take a shower, and at this hostel, the shower and the toilet and the sink are all in the same room. It's all just a big party with the toilet and whatnot when you take a shower. So I went up to the door and I didn't knock. I just wiggled the knob because I thought we were the only people here. We'd seen the other people that were in our room, and last night there was nobody else in the hotel, so I didn't know there were new people. So I wiggled the doorknob. It was locked, and somebody knocked on the door. So I walked back to our room. When I got to the door of our room, I heard the door of the bathroom open. So I looked back over, the guy was coming out, and I said, "Are you finished?" And he said, "Yeah." And I told him, "Oh, sorry that I bugged you while you were in there." And he walked off, and I went into the bathroom. And as I'm taking my shoes off to get into the shower, I see into the toilet. I can tell that there's some urine in the toilet. And then I step up, and I can see there's some poop in the toilet. So I was like, okay, that's great. So I go over and I flush the toilet, and I'm thinking about things like, did that guy like literally he pooped and he just left it there? I feel like that can't be the answer, but it's one of many answers that could come to this puzzle. The other answers would be, it was someone else's and he was just in the bathroom doing his thing. But at that point, if it's someone else's, you flush that because it's now going to become yours. Like, you flush it. You don't just leave someone else's there if you're already in the bathroom. You flush. So those are the two cases for why that turd would be there. And I also noticed before I flushed the toilet, there was no toilet paper in the toilet. Like, what was going on with this situation? Did I scare the guy out of the bathroom that quickly? Like, because he did come out rather quickly. Like, he knocked on the door, and then, like, I walked 10 feet, and he was out of there, like, like, completely out of the bathroom. So, where did the poop come from? Why didn't the toilet get flushed? And who's not using toilet paper? All of these things happened within, like, 30 seconds, and now I'm just pondering over it even more. It's an odd situation. I flushed it, by the way.
All right, so last day in Taroko, and we've been here for like less than 48 hours, but it feels like an eternity. And you can see from behind me, we just had breakfast at, guess what, 7-Eleven. There is nothing to eat in this town. It is dreadful. The little park outside of it is okay. The hotel we stayed at is okay, but like, it's like a culinary disaster here. So we're gonna get on the bike, and we're gonna ride back through the park and go through all these windy roads and stuff. And then when we get out the other side of the park, then we exit it, and then we're basically gonna cross the island. We'll get like halfway there today, and then we think we're gonna stay at a place called Sun Moon Lake, but we'll see. Maybe we won't make it there. We don't know how it's gonna go. So yeah, today is just gonna be a motorbike day, And I also thought I'd show this. There is a church. That's not something you see a whole lot of in this part of the world. So that's interesting. Do you have anything to say about today?
I don't feel that I've prepared at all for this motorbike ride, except for the last 2 minutes. I figured out where the roads are. Let's go.
We spent a lot of time last night looking online. We had a different route intended, and then we realized that this road was closed like 5 years ago from some storm, and they never rebuilt it. So we changed our route, and now we're going on it.
If you remember from yesterday, we had to go through a traffic stop because there's construction in the national park. So we have a half an hour to get from our hotel to that construction area so that we can go through at 11 o'clock. If we don't get there in a half an hour and the traffic has already gone through, we gotta wait till 12. It only took us 5 minutes, so now we're gonna wait like 25 minutes for the opening to happen. All right, we've traveled not very far from the roadblock. I'd say maybe a half an hour from there, and we've gone up some mountains. Right now we're at an elevation of 3,500 feet, and the view is pretty nice. Just tons of mountains and clouds, and just that's all there needs to be. The view down is a little scary. It's a long way down there. And sometimes the only thing that protects us from that is a guardrail. And that's a little disturbing, but Eric's a good driver, right? The tunnels are extremely dark. It's really kind of scary. The camera has turned on night scene on its own. All right, so we've been riding for probably an hour more now, and we've actually picked up a new buddy. This is Brian. He's coming on down. We've been riding together, and we've stopped because it's getting really, really cold, and just out of random chance, we've landed at this amazing waterfall. All right, so we're quite high. At this point, I think we're at, I was talking in feet before, so I'd probably say we're at about 6,000 feet, but we're above 2,000 meters, if that helps anyone.
It's really confusing.
Yeah, so that's just the way it is. Deal with it. It's quite cold. We've put on our jackets. These are the thickest jackets that we brought with us.
Do you guys have the land? Do you have the land phone?
Put on our hoods, and we're getting ready to go in a few minutes. Really, really cold, and the wind is just blowing by you. I guess it's not really, really cold. It's kind of nice. I love wearing jackets, quite snuggly, so I'm pretty happy. How are you feeling? Eric said he was shivering. It's really, really cold. What's up?
I'm just sitting here munching on my plums. Yeah. When we rolled into town, there's this dog over here.
There's said dog. He's kind of behind this guy. He's over there.
It was running up the street with a bag in his mouth, like it had jacked somebody's snacks. And then it was laying in the road, like in the middle of the road. Just like it owned the place. And then I sat down here and I started munching on my plums. And I turned around and that dog was right here about to snatch my snacks.
Really?
Yes, he was. So I was like, oh shit. And I was like, go away. And it went away, and now it was now.
I've also got a story. I wasn't here for the dog visiting Eric, but I was in the bathroom. And I guess the third time's a charm, and I can decree that Taiwan outside of Taipei is, I'm gonna say, second world country, because they don't provide you with toilet paper in the bathroom. That's just a human need. Like, if you're gonna make a toilet and like pump in water and all this stuff, put some paper to the side.
Is there a bidet system?
No, there's no bidet system. It's like bring your own tissues, but there's nowhere to buy tissues. All you can buy is fruit here. I'm not wiping with a freaking plum.
So it is like 65 degrees maybe, like that's pretty cold. And then we're on a motor scooter and we're going over mountains and it's windy and we don't really have gear. Look at my feet. Like,
who made the right choice today? Woo!
I don't have any choices. This is what I got. I don't got shoes. So,
I have 3 pairs of shoes.
if we had some duct tape, we could probably make 2 shoes I could wear. But yeah, so we have another long ways to go, and it is freezing.
55 kilometers until I think we're down to.
And like it's like a road like this. Yeah.
What you doing?
Freezing. Super cold. So I'm putting on more pants. So now we've got 2 pairs of pants. I put on another shirt. I've got a hoodie. I've got this thing.
A jacket. It's called a jacket.
A jacket. And I'm still like just shivering, like super cold.
I didn't have any pants that I can put over top of my pants, so I had to put my jacket around my waist, take off my pants on the side of this road, which is surprisingly busier than I want it to be, and put on some like thick tights, and then put my pants back on. And nobody went by while my pants were off, which was nice, but
I saw.
We have gotten some waves. Silky Bandit.
I'm a little warmer, but I think I'm still gonna be cold when I'm moving.
Yeah.
I look ridiculous.
You do.
Ta-da!
Silky Bandit. And we thought that we were cold and crazy. We're not.
So we're taking a quick break, and as we're rolling up this road that is like this, and it's just beautiful, back and forth curves, amazingly paved. There's a few areas where there's been earthquake damage, but it's not terrible. And it just goes up over there, and then if you look way up here on this hill, there is a bunch of cars going back and forth, and I think that's where we're headed. We're going over that pass, which is it's gonna be cold. But look at the rest of the scenery. Like, it's just stunning. Look at this little like pond down here, and there is this set of stairs that just climbs up into this mountain, and it's just nuts. It's just crazy. These are words to live by.
We are maxing this mother. How fast are we going?
25 kilometers an hour.
25.
It is throttled out. All she's got. It is fairly steep,
Yeah. Almost there. Almost there. All right.
On a flat surface, I had it at 90 last night, so.
I have absolutely no words to describe this place, but I do have a recommendation. Get a motorbike, escape Taipei, and come and see this. So I've had to go to the bathroom for quite some time now, and I'm looking for a toilet. This place says there was a toilet, so I think we're gonna walk down this creepy little alleyway. It looks like it got burned up at one point or another. Man, if there's no toilet over here, it's gonna become a toilet. Got to go. Oh, there's other people over here. Oh, yes. I'm gonna pee. There's special little eggs here. They look like this. And they come in these really kind of scary buckets of steaming brown water. And it looks really scary, but for some reason I've been really compelled since we got here to eat one. I saw them at the convenience stores in Taipei, so they're really, really popular. And right now we're on the top of a mountain, and this is the only warm food that's up here. Except for they had corn. They had corn on the cob, if you want some corn on the cob.
That might be worth it.
And this was only 15.
So you paid 50 cents for this for this egg. So
Yeah.
let's see what's going on here.
Oh, I should probably do it out a little bit more.
Are you sure you're not supposed to just eat the shell?
I'm not going to eat the shell.
Dude, it smells like eggs up in here.
And it kind of tastes like, it kind of smells like a brown sugar meets some, like brown sugar and soy sauce somehow got mixed together. I know that's probably incredibly incorrect, but that's what my brain says. We're just gonna fast forward this part. Whoop! Alright, so all deshelled. Smells kind of weird, but it's green. It's overcooked. I think that's what that means.
Is it good?
It's really good. It's like egg, but a little saltier.
All right, can I have some of this egg?
Definitely tastes brown.
You can eat this whole
Everything that I eat or I drink, I think of it in color. I think I do that with a lot of other things too. It's just a color. Oh, do you want to try?
I don't know.
You should try. It's not
I'm
bad.
suited up for this egg. Here, just give it to me.
Yolk is really big on this. It's not
Yeah, it's
bad.
good. It is really good.
But it is more. Only 15 Taiwanese kroners. Oh, good. It's a little bit of easy going behind a few cars, which is kind of nice because if they get hit by a car, we just slow down and basically like that. Well, I was certainly recording at the right time for what I was talking about.
That happens a lot.
Yeah. But this is the first time that we've actually gone through some like trees over top of us for a little bit.
So we are briefly passing through a little tiny blip of a nothingness on a map called Qingjing, and we stopped at the 7-Eleven because we needed some snacks. Yeah, more convenience store stuff, right? And we were in there, and they have shirts. Like, it's a big tourist area, apparently. They have farms and stuff here, and they have a bunch of shirts for sale. And I have never in my life bought a tourist shirt, but this is my first one. Check this out. Let me ask you a question. How are you doing? We're now buying our souvenirs at the 7-Eleven. We are big.
What else could we buy at the 7-Eleven? I'm sure we could buy tons of things. I'm sure we will buy more things.
How are you doing?
How are you doing?
Look at him.
We're in a city called Puli, and there's nothing much here. Just a lot of scooting in a very different environment, much more urban, lots of things around us as opposed to Taroko, and it's just a lot going on, very busy. Take a look at the timer that's by the stoplight. 17, 16, 15. This timer is telling you when the light is going to turn green for your side. We've seen people go into convenience stores because they can see this timer. They know they've got 60 seconds, so they might as well go in and get a snack.
It's like Mario Kart. Why has this dog got eyebrows? It's pretty weird. Hey, we've been driving for 7.5 hours, and it was really cool, and it was really cold, but it was amazing. We think it was a 10. And we are now in Sun Moon Lake, or not in Sun Moon Lake because we're not in a lake, but we are around Sun Moon Lake. As you can see, that's a lake. And apparently it's shaped like a sun and a moon somehow at the same time. I don't understand how that happens, but so now we have to find a place to stay. And I'm not sure, do we have any ideas?
No.
No.
I haven't even like read the guidebook on that at all.
Worst case scenario, we can room with the dog with the eyebrows. No problems. What? I got the park camera. You're not helping. All All right, so we found a hotel. Like we just went in the first place, and we saw these signs outside that said it was like super cheap. We were like, oh, okay, super cheap hotel. And then we went inside and like waited for a while, and then a little kid came, and then a little kid went and got a dad or something, and then a man came and then showed us some stuff on a computer. He didn't speak any English. We didn't speak any Mandarin, and he was like, okay, he's showing us these pretty nice rooms, and they're like, he was showing us like 6,000 kroners, which is like $200 US or something. And we were like instantly like, no. We started to walk out, and immediately he was like, how about 2,600? And we're like, and he put a piece of paper out so we could write down the price that we were willing to pay, and we wrote down 1,200, which is still kind of expensive. It's like almost $40 or something.
Yeah.
And then we ended up, he's like, no, it's too cheap, and went back and forth, and like eventually we landed on what, 15?
Yeah.
15. So that's like, it's still pretty expensive. It's $50. But we're in kind of a resort town. We're being a little bit on the lazy side. It started raining. I don't really want to walk around the rain looking for a hotel. And we stayed at really cheap places the last couple nights. So, well, not really cheap, just cheaper. But anyway, so this is the room that you get for $50 a night in a resort town right on the edge of like the biggest lake in the country, or the most popular lake in the country. You get this. So it comes with teddy bears.
Teddy bears included.
And we've got these 2 huge beds.
2 teddy bears included.
And there's this giant mirror. Now there's 4 teddy bears. Look at all those teddy bears. And then, oh, look, there's butterflies on the ceiling, and like a thing with something.
All right, so this all looks really nice. And when we were standing at the door, everything looked great. There were some holes in the walls and things are a little dinged up. That didn't matter.
There's a huge TV.
There's a huge TV, which we've already used. But we didn't come in and like check out the shower or anything like that. We've already taken showers, so it's kind already of a mess, busted up, but basically.
But no, hold on, wait. It's nice. Like there's a nice mirror, there's a decent sink, the water pressure is incredible. See the water? Try to do it one more time. The water is splashing over the sink.
And that it's okay that it got all over the floor, because the shower just puts it all out on the floor.
Yeah. The shower is actually like a Western shower, like with a wall, with a door and everything, but the doors are broken. So it's like really confusing to use. And then
the water basically just, it has trim around here.
Yeah.
And the tub sits.
So the tub sits, yeah.
And the tub sits higher than the door, so the water goes out this way if it gets caught anywhere around this edge.
It's really weird. It's like they didn't build it right. And then so like it's just like there's a lake outside that we're here to see, but there's also a lake in the bathroom that we can also come and visit.
Charge an admission.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to pay. Get out of here. Get out of here.
So the room is like, it's kind of expensive, but in a way, you know, we've been in a dorm for 2 nights, so it's kind of nice to have these giant. Why are there 2 beds? Look at these 2 huge beds. Look at that. That's huge. It's massive. And then there is a camera over here. Yeah. So that they can watch you do your funky business. So around the lake, there's these like little like towns. Well, we've seen one. I think the 2 of them, and this one is like apparently very Taiwanese, and the other one is like Aboriginal or something. So whatever. This is the first one we came to. This is where we stayed. There's like quite a few people. It feels kind of like, you know, it feels kind of like Niagara Falls, like that little town up by Niagara Falls. That's what it feels like to me.
All right, so we're here in Sun Moon Lake, whatever city, blah, 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 Sun Moon Lake. And we walked for about 10 minutes, just hoping that we could find food. Everywhere looked like it was really closed down. And so we finally came up to this stand.
I think closed down because of the time, not because the city is like dying.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's like 8:30 at night.
It's 8:30. So we stopped at a place, and they just had like a food counter outside. No one was standing at it. We just started looking at the food, and then you could tell that they were like yelling, oh, go get someone that knows something about English, please, go, go, go. And they brought out like a little notebook that had all their dishes in English on it. And we chose a beef noodle and a pork rice.
No.
Thus far.
What? Go ahead. I haven't had any, but she has.
I've had the pork rice and the meatball. Both are really, really good.
This is suspicious to me, though. What
Is it
the
brains?
hell is that? Like, I have no idea what kind of beef that is. Is it? Yeah. Is it brain?
I don't think they'd
don't think
really
it's
be
brain.
serving brain. I just think it's processed.
Yeah. Maybe
It's just a
this
meat patty.
meat patty that came out weird.
Yeah.
Does it feel like liver? It looks like a livery taste.
No, it just tastes like beef.
It tastes like beef. All right. I mean, whatever. If it's brain, that's okay. Because, like, I mean, McDonald's burgers are probably just full of brains anyway. So, what's the difference?
The meat is really good. The flavor's really good on the meat, but the broth is not as good as I want it to be. But it's food.
And it's nice to not be at a 7-Eleven for once. Good Lord, that
You can
got.
sit down and think and do stuff.
I'd also like to show off my shirt.
Again. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.